The number one seed OKC Thunder against this Pelicans team that just got in. Had to win 2 play-in games to get in. No Zion. Chet Holmgren's first playoff game. I was impressed. You know, I'll say I think that he and Wemby staying healthy for the season is a great sign for them moving forward. I wouldn't have bet on it to start the year. I wouldn't have bet on it. But what you did hear about OKC all year was, hey, probably got to get another big body. You probably need to get another center here. You don't want to put that on Chet. And sure enough, Valanciunas ate their lunch for most of this game. And so I'm a little wary of Chet holding up in this environment with this physicality. But so far, so good, right? But the truth is, if you're a Thunder fan, I know you want that 1 seed, especially when you're a young team and you're unproven. You want that 1 seed, but careful what you ask for because they may have stumbled into the worst matchup for them in the Western Conference. Maybe the Wolves. I talked about the Wolves' length. Pelicans, jumbo wings, have the length to, you can't, you're not going to stop SGA, but bother him, make him less efficient than you would like. And I'm watching SGA. First thing that comes to mind is I'm like, boy, the Clippers are going to have to watch this dude compete for MVPs for the next 4 or 5 years while Kawhi's in street clothes. That's tough, man. That's tough. But I was trying to think of a comp for him in his play style. I really don't have one. Do y'all have a comp for SGA? It's very unique, and he reminds me of a boxer who's a counter striker with just perfect timing. It's his timing. Yeah, he's smooth. He's got length and touch, but the timing of his moves, when he bumps you, when he pump fakes, he has immaculate timing to get to, his bag and get to that mid-range game. Now, he's 3rd in the league in usage rate behind Giannis and, of course, Luka. It certainly doesn't feel like he's as ball dominant as Luka. It's not as, to me, sometimes when you watch Dallas and you're just like, all right, Luka, you've had the ball the whole time, dog. Like, it doesn't feel that way for some reason. I guess the pace is a little different and J-Dub is on the ball. But that said, if we are talking MVP stuff here, he's got to become a better passer and playmaker. He is not nearly the passer or playmaker that Luka is. He's just not. And I think part of it is that style, that timing of his game. He is more rhythm-based in his scoring. And so in order to stay in that rhythm, I just don't think he's looking to pass that much. But you saw, again, the matchup and how difficult this may be for OKC. A nice first-round challenge. CJ got off to a hot start, and then he struggled. Ingram was getting prison balled by Dort. And listen, B.I., I think he's just soft at his core. I'm just calling it what it is. I think naturally who he is, he just doesn't want physicality and he's just a little soft. But I think what you see is he doesn't want that stigma or that label. And so you see him try to prove that he's not. And he'll have these moments in these games where you're like, oh, look at B.I., he's super forceful. But ultimately his baseline is not that. Dort kind of bullied him a little bit. That said, Warriors fans, B.I., as I watched the play-in that game last night, and we kind of discussed a Wiggins-B.I. swap or something of that sorts, why I'm starting to be interested in it is he's twice the ball handler and passer that Wiggins is. B.I. has a really good handle to get where he wants on the floor, and then he's a very good willing passer. So that impresses me about him. I think we talk about point forwards. I like what he looks like as a point forward more than Ben Caro. Granted, he has more NBA experience. But he kind of wilted there down the stretcher. He didn't really, Dort bothered him. And, they had Nance in there. As good as Valanciunas was, down the stretch to close the game, Larry Nance in there, no Zion. And they have him in the short roll. He looked like special needs Draymond in the short roll, right? It didn't look good. He didn't want to shoot. I wouldn't have, if I'm Willie Green, I wouldn't have felt good in clutch minutes having him in the short roll making decisions. And you saw Chet get the big block. SGA comes down and makes a super difficult shot. You have to say, and listen, these young guys, they're going to get a pass because we haven't seen it before and they're young. But if SGA, I don't know if that was an and one, to be honest with you. But if he misses that shot, you kind of have to question the shot. It wasn't a good shot. But I guess what is a bad shot for SGA in the paint? I don't know if there are many. So they go up 3. And look, once again, Willie Green, if you're not going to run a play where there's movement to spring someone open, and you're just going to go pick and roll and ISO, I'm going either Ingram or even Moonball Murphy. I know CJ's the vet on this team, but I just didn't like the matchup. And then he I'd have thrown Murphy or Grenade. How many Grenade Moonball threes has Murphy hit in the last week, right? And so, yeah, I didn't like the decision to go with CJ in that instance, at least with that matchup and how they did. Young Case and Wallace put the clamps on him, but I think this might be right now. I mean, it's easy to say off the one game, but it feels like it might be the most competitive, fun first round matchup. And so, yeah, I look forward to it. And I do think that this could be problematic. Like if that big boy somehow finds his way back onto the court in this series, OKC could be in some trouble here as the #1 seed, right? All right, y'all. Again, please share this video with your friends. Hit the like and continue to support the channel. I'll be rolling out more of these takes. This was kind of a big take over the weekend, so probably won't be as long. And then Patreon, I will start to have full breakdowns of these games. I'm going to try to pick the good ones as we get into this first round and beyond that. Hit that like, share, and subscribe. I'm out, y'all.